Nityanandam, this is Ma Nitya Shivarupananda here from the Nityananda Peetham, Bengaluru Adinam in Pidati. And here I am with yet another YouTube video for my YouTube channel, Manifesting Powerful Cognitions, the Hindu Way. Today's satsang was really beautiful. You should tune in and watch it. It'll be on nityananda.tv. Actually, Life Bliss Foundation, the YouTube channel / if you just go to youtube.com and search for Life Bliss Foundation, you should be able to find it. It'll be uploaded soon. But what Swamiji talked about amongst the various things today, something that hit home was about missing the subtle messages the Master gives you. He said, understand, if I am directly telling you, it means that you have missed my subtle messages. Many times, if whatever it is, where you need to transform is directly told to you, you may not be able to deal with it. It may lead to too much incompletion with the Master. It may lead to too much hurt, which will directly impact your listening and your ability to receive. So, one of the beautiful games a Master plays is he will subtly tell you what it is that you need to catch and you need to act on. So just because the message is subtle, actually it means that you need to work on it even more importantly, because otherwise it's going to be one of those things that you're not going to be able to control anymore. Swamiji always says that life will give you one compassionate slap if you let your patterns run wild. If you do not complete yourself and continue to function out of arrogance, out of incompletion, then life will manifest out there something that will give you one big compassionate slap. That might mean the loss of a relationship, that might mean loss of health, loss of confidence in yourself. It could mean so many things. And many times we are so happy in our status quo that we miss the subtle signals that life gives us, or we just get inured to it. Again and again it happens, so we just get good at dealing with it, and that is nothing but our arrogance. Master happens to open this blind spot to us, to open this wound up, so we can then choose to heal ourselves and rest in our powerful space as Sadashiva himself. Rest in the space where we are radiating superpowers, where we are completely established in our powerfulness, our happiness, our contentment, and our ability to be in Ananda bliss. But again and again we miss not only the signals of life, which is why a Master happens in the first place in our lives, and then in our arrogance, in our ignorance, we continue to miss the Master also. This story was brought home to me very beautifully. We were on a trip with Swamiji in the Kailash mountain and headed towards Lumbini, the birthplace of Buddha. And this incident occurred there, and I'd like to share that with you. So it was time for lunch, and we stopped somewhere en route. I don't even remember the name of a place. But as soon as we went into this temple where we were going to have our lunch, suddenly this old woman walked out. She was carrying a big Aarti, which it seemed like she could barely even sustain the weight of the Aarti. And the minute she saw Swamiji, she started doing Aarti to him, which was, it was just almost like she was prepared. She was waiting for him. And she started to do the Aarti. Swamiji, of course, graciously received the Aarti, blessed her. And we were all very surprised because we hadn't planned ahead. We just walked in, and there this woman started to do Aarti. So later when we asked her, this is the story she told. She has been looking after that temple for over 45-50 years, and it's a Krishna temple. So she has been worshipping Krishna and is in a complete space of oneness and dedication and bhakti with Krishna. She said last night Sri Krishna himself showed up in her dream and told her, I am coming to your temple tomorrow, be prepared, I will liberate you. And she of course was, an innocent, beautiful, highly full of bhakti, and she completely went with that, and she had it all ready. So when the minute Swamiji walked in, she just knew it was Krishna coming, and she did the Aarti. And it was such a beautiful moment, because it was almost like, you know, the 50-60 years of bhakti, the 50-60 years of serving Krishna, that space she was in, it felt like we were initiated into it just by that one Aarti that she did to Swamiji. After that, we were on the bus heading back to Lumbini, and that is when Swamiji said some very important words. He said, understand what that old woman got from that one interaction with me can be much, much more than what all of you get being so close to me. Sometimes when we're so close to him, when he's so accessible, he makes himself so accessible out of pure graciousness, because he knows that, you know, we won't listen. We tend to take him for granted. We start to evaluate him in our human frame, with our human glasses, and we forget what a true miracle it is, what it takes to be. So if he wasn't as open and welcoming as he normally would have been, that was just that subtle message Swamiji needed to completely drop himself, to melt whatever blind spot there was. For us, it's not just blind spot. For us, many times it is arrogance that keeps us where we are, that keeps us persisting with our wrong cognition. So one, drop, melt right now in the space of a guru, whatever that may be that's holding you back. And two, he also said will persistence is all we need. Will persistence, again and again, even if you snap back to that wrong cognition, or find yourself suddenly trapped in an action which is, you know, based on the wrong cognition, never mind, drop it right then, complete. Swamiji has taught. So Nityanandam, thank you very much for listening in. I will put a link to the beautiful upcoming workshop with Swamiji on this Saturday and Sunday, all about Aushadha. I hope to see each and every one of you there, either live or through two-way video conferencing. Thank you very much, Nityanandam.